Hola, amigos, and welcome to Keyframers, the animated collaborative coding live stream where we bring imaginative user interfaces to life. I'm your host, Stephen Shaw.
And I'm your host, David Khourshid.
Together, we are coding compadres, animation amigos, Boolean buddies, and keyframe companions.
Yeah, so we are going to be creating a flipping animation from scratch live using HTML, CSS, and a little bit of JavaScript today. So we're happy to answer any questions that you may have. And please reach out in the chat or comments, talk to us. We get lonely sometimes. It's COVID. There's nobody around. We are stuck at home. It sucks. Talk to us.
Yes. Yes, please. So yeah, this is a nice flipping animation today. I stumbled across this one on Dribble by Swapnil, I believe is the name. Signup, Vatica, yeah, plant delivery website. This nice little, flip around card idea for a sign up form. I think that's a really neat little effect there. I think we're going to take some liberties with this one, but the general idea we like. Yeah, little 3D transform, I think.
Yeah, I would say so.
Awesome. So yeah, let's get into the code wherever my code
dive right
is.
in.
Hold on. There we go. So yeah, just started some setup here, getting the basic bits in place. We've got our app. I've got the promo text over here, just as a real basic little display. Turn that up a little bit, and then we've got our form here that will get going.
Yeah. Oh, the form's the hardest part. You didn't set that up?
No, I figured that would be the interesting bit that viewers would want to see.
Yeah, that's true. Forms are the most annoying part of web development. One of the most annoying parts, I would say.
Yeah. Well, yeah. One thing before we get too deep, we do have some exciting stuff coming up. Next week, we will be having Zach Saucier. Is that how you say his last name?
You know what? It sounds cool, so I'm going to say that's the way.
It does sound cool.
It's pronounced.
Yeah, Zach's gonna join us next week on Keyframers.
Yep, cooking up some saucy animations.
Right. He and Jack are the main people behind Green Sock, one of the leading animation engines, animation libraries out there. So you will definitely want to check that out if you've ever been curious about GSAP. And we'll get into some fun stuff there for sure. So you can click into that link and set a reminder for that.
Yeah, I know. I've been curious.
We'll see how David does with all of that. I think
I will be duct taped for the entire. No. I actually really I like Green Sock. Green Sock actually just released their Flip plugin. It's not free. It is available to Club Green Sock members. I think they do have a discount, but it is really cool. And when I first saw a preview of it, I thought it was really awesome that they used some of our Flip examples actually and made a demo on how you would do it with Green Sock. So it is pretty interesting how it works out. It solves a lot of pain points with animation, and it's pretty much the next step in just showing you how useful this Flip technique is in animation. So it's not just this niche technique that Shaw and I use on almost every single one of our episodes, but rather it's an important one.
Right. Yeah. We definitely don't have the market cornered on Flip. Flip is not our intellectual property or anything like that. It's just a wonderful technique idea that's out there, and so we're glad to see some more libraries and things out there supporting it. It's definitely really awesome to have some additional options out there. And who knows, with Zach we might work on getting some Flip implemented.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm setting up the form. Let's see if this gap property works. Oh my God, it does.
It
Gap is
does.
beautiful. It's a, fairly newcomer, but yeah. Let's set a nice padding here. I'm using rems to just to annoy Shaw a little bit.
No, I like rim. Rim is good.
So something that I actually realized that I don't know how well supported this is, but I used to use the SAS like put in the color and then put in the alpha value, but I could just do like FFF, I don't know, 5. And that doesn't work.
Does that work? What is?
Oh wait, just kidding. You don't need the RGBA if you're doing that. Wow, silly me. Okay, yeah, there you go. It does work, and we could do FFF6. And yeah, so that last value, typically you would have hex codes that are either 6 digits or 3 digits, but if you have it as 8 digits or 4 digits, you could specify the alpha value right at the end there. So yeah, it's pretty cool. And I guess, we're going to make this pretty opaque, not fully opaque, but just opaque enough. Oh yeah, we also need like a little header over here. So by the way, if you're wondering about my mic setup, my Blue Yeti is suffering from the cable getting loose problem. I guess if you jostle around it too much. And honestly, it's a fault of the design here. Like if you twist it the wrong way, then the cable gets stuck on the whole mounts thing, and then the connection just becomes loose after a while. So yeah, that's why it is positioned both in front of me and it's positioned the wrong way. I've gotten yelled at for having this not like be pointed with this directly at me instead of straight up, which is how you're supposed to do it. But whatever, I don't really care as long as it captures my audio.
I'm a little disappointed that your Blue Yeti is not actually blue. It's definitely a red Yeti if I've ever seen one.
Yes, it is a red Yeti. But yeah, gonna try to look for different mics. We'll see.
Yes. Okay, so form. Probably gonna want darker color.
And get a free keyframe.
Text. Inherit.
Well, what is our green color?
Text inherit font.
Or actually, no, I'm gonna just grab that using. I use contrast for my color picker. It actually works pretty well. I wish this thing told me colors though.
Like Mac OS built-in.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. Although whatever, I'm gonna put green because I'm being lazy. So this is gonna be green. Oh wait, color green. Everyone's probably looking at this and being like, well, this is sort of boring. Get to the fun animating stuff. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to set this up and have some flipping fun with it. I copied over the flip function in all of its 20 or less lines of glory. And yeah, we're just going to use that. You don't need GSAP flip. Actually, no, it takes care of a lot of things. This is just our quick and dirty version, and it just goes to show that you really don't need any library or anything for flipping stuff.
Right. The techniques that we show are going to apply to GSAP flip or other flip implementations. This is just a minimal version that we've concocted where we can control most of it with CSS. So it's what we're doing. Okay, so form, we got that.
So I'm going to have 2 data states, by the way. The first one I'm just going to call home, and then the next one I'm going to call form. So home is when you're just seeing the home page, like just all of this stuff. And then form is when when the form is nice and center. And Shaw's using display grid. I'm guessing that that's going to make it easy for us to just center the form without having to do too much work.
Yeah, my impression is we'll want to like go to like a position fixed for the form?
Might not be necessary. So here, I'm going to manually change it to form just so that we could see that. See, it's probably going to stretch a lot. Okay, yeah, totally stretches. But actually, let me make this promo text be in the right area. So this promo text should be grid column 1, 2. And so that way it's always there, but I do want them to overlap. It's not overlapping. Oh, and that's probably because we have grid template. We didn't specify grid template rows. And so we want that to just be like, hey, we only want one row. We don't want to do your normal behavior of having auto rows. So now if you look at it, the form is actually taking up both columns, but I sort of still wanted to just, yeah, Shaw's got the right idea. Just align self-center. It's one of those. I justify self.
Yeah, justify self.
Boom, there we go. Center.
Yeah.
Wow, the power of CSS grid. So we didn't need to use position fixed. We didn't need to take it out of the flow. All we're doing is just changing the grid row and the grid column. And or the grid row could actually stay the same. Yeah, whatever, it works. So let me switch back to home and just, or for home. Okay, yeah, so it does work. So now we're able to toggle between those two states, which is pretty cool. And so now we could say that when we're in the data state form, that's when we want all of our inputs and things to show. So I'm taking a look back at the animation. The only things showing in the home screen are, well, basically that sign up button and the random plants. I don't know how you want to do that plants, but yeah.
We can leave that as an exercise or extra credit. We'll say.
Yeah, extra credit, sure. So I am going to go ahead and add a class, almost said class name. I've been doing React for too long.
I know.
And I'm going to add a class of, or actually, no, forget classes.
Yeah, we
I'm going to say data show equals form
for those, right?
No, not necessary. So we could say, or data show equals form. We want these to be display. Well, no, we don't want them to be display block. Hold on. All right, so we have two states. We have data state form, and we have data state equals, we're going to call it home. And we're going to say data show, not data show equals home. So if it's a data show, but it's not data show home, then we just want to hide it. Yeah, so let me change this to home just to double check. So if we go to home, those should hide, and they do.
Nice.
Great.
Okay.
So there we go. There's our simple setup, almost done. We just need to, yeah.
One thing we had talked about was, the idea of just like the back of the card being like the form being on the back of the card. So I'm wondering if we do the card, like swap this out, the form itself as like a nested element. So do something like card and have the form in there, and then like a separate sign up button that clicks and changes the state versus like submitting the form. But then we're gonna have to get into like data flip ID and all that kind of stuff. So this approach may be workable. Just spitballing here.
Yeah. Where's our app? Okay. So console app equals document.query selector. Honestly, I just really highly recommend, like, even if you're using Vue or React or anything, do some raw JavaScript, like just outside the context of a framework. You will learn and relearn so much just by doing that. I think it's really useful.
Yep. Okay.
All right, so now I have it so that when you click the sign up, it just takes you to the form. But we should probably toggle back and forth between that.
Yeah, here I'm gonna move this logic up. Keep our flip function down below, so it's just a little easier to parse here. All right, so lapp. Yeah, keep a. Oh, you're actually going full machine.
Yeah, well, no, not the not the full thing. This is just a quick and dirty machine. So I just want to say, form, like this is not even the full one. So form, click, I want to go to home, and this is not XState. It's just an object mapping. That's all. And so now it's really easy to, okay, yeah, we'll do sign up. It's really easy to just say that the next state should be the machine, the current state, and, well, dot sign up. And so now when you click, it goes back and forth. That wasn't that hard, and now you basically learned XState.
No, that's amazing. Trying to parse it here. Okay, so yeah, we're pulling the current state of it, and we're sending.
Yeah, I can make that simpler. I could just say it's current state equals that.
Yeah.
And then dot sign up there. So little taste of state machine in there. And now we have, it just going back and forth, which is pretty cool.
Dig it.
All right, so almost time to animate.
Yes. Right, so one thing we've done before, so xflip, just get that in there real quick. We do that in there. This was just a little text shortcut that I've set up. So one thing we've done before is just using data flip as an indicator of elements that need to flip. And then our question in the chat, why did you use uppercase for sign up, David?
Man, it's 2021, which is like 2020 part 2. Sometimes you just feel like screaming. So, I gotta scream somewhere, right? And the way you scream in code is by making everything in uppercase. Exactly. No, but the real reason, it's sort of convention. I guess, like, we actually don't really need to have this uppercase. Let's just make this sign up. The convention, which was really popularized by Redux and initially introduced by Flux, is that your actions or your events are in uppercase because they represent commands. And when you command someone to do something, you typically do it in all uppercase. I mean, I don't know how you command people to do things, but when I do, it's all in uppercase. So yeah, that's it's just a way of distinguishing between your states and your events just by looking at it. I don't know. It's a convention. Don't ask me. It's not my fault.
Yeah, I typically do that for like constants or different things like that are kind of fixed. So typically, like, I wouldn't necessarily reference like sign up directly, but I would do like const event events equals, and then have like a map of those, like sign up and then sign up or click.
Yeah, so I'm way too lazy to do that. I just use TypeScript and hope for the best, because TypeScript will yell at you if those aren't there.
Something like that. So that you consistently use the same value. There's no like risk of mistyping, because if you mistype it, it'll throw an error in theory. Okay, so right, so that data flip state, or that attribute, I've added to a couple of different elements, mainly the header here and the button, and we'll go into a little bit more of that in a bit. But Los Flippers here is selecting all of those with that data flip attribute. We've wrapped everything in our flip function. The first parameter being a do something function, essentially a callback or whatever, like whatever you want to happen to the app that's going to change the state. And then we're passing through Los Flippers as the items that need to change. So before we get any further, I'm going to copy over our CSS for this. Let's see. So data flip, transition transform 1 second. And when it is data flipping, there's a transition none. And then we transform with flip translate or flip scale. And we can apply those more directly later as needed. But this gives us...
Whoa. It works.
It does work.
But now we need some way of, I wonder how those, oh, okay. So here's something I told Shaw earlier, and that's that these inputs, the name, email, whatever, they just show up from the top, and it does not flow too well with the actual animation. I really, really don't like it. So we're going to do something different.
Yes.
Please.
Yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there. So for those, we don't specifically need data flip on them because they're not going to...
Right, they're entering and exiting and all that, so...
Yeah, the exit might be a bit of a trick, but we'll find out when we get there.
And you know what? Now I know what you mean by putting those all in some container. Now I agree. Okay, we will do that. And I'm going to give it a class of inputs because I'm being lazy.
Yeah, sure. All right. And we can
And now everything's broken. Okay, so we just need to... I know what I did wrong. I used the star selector. Let's find... or did I use the star select? Oh, wait, no. It's over here. So this should just be the general descendant combinator.
Yes.
And then
we need to
our dot inputs.
This. Yeah.
Right here. Go for it.
Ciao.
The power of pair programming.
You want to use your clipboard or mine? There we go. Okay, great.
And let's add a margin just for fun.
Yeah.
Cool.
Awesome. Okay.
Cool. Let's dial these inputs real quick. In fact, we could probably move them out to here. One habit that, or not habit, but one thing that is really good to do, which I learned after making this mistake a lot, is if something can be unnested, especially if you're using Sass or just really deep selectors, try to unnest it sooner rather than later. Otherwise, that nesting is going to become baked in. And if you vigilantly try to unnest your selectors, then you're going to have more maintainable CSS because everything is going to be a nice flat structure. And that's actually one of the reasons why I actually appreciate that CSS doesn't have nesting built in. despite it being a really nice feature, because it sort of leads you down to a bit of success where, you're not over nesting, which is a pretty common problem.
Yeah. Yeah. It's real easy for selectors to get out of control.
Oh, yeah. I think that's like one of the major complaints. One of the reasons that, I don't know, lots of things exist, really. Tailwind? Is that the fault of Tailwind? I don't know.
Please don't mention that.
Why does Tailwind exist? No, I actually, Tailwind is cool, but not for the reasons you may think. We'll probably do another episode on it. Maybe invite some Tailwind guys, because you know what, you're inviting a GreenSock person, and that's going to be a really fun conversation. And maybe we'll bring a Tailwind person.
If I remember correctly,
I will personally invite them.
Invited Zach.
Oh yeah,
so
I did.
Don't put that on me.
No, I'm actually super excited about it, just because I spent many years talking about GreenSock, but not actually using it. So it's like about time that I, got my hands dirty with GreenSock.
Indeed. Okay, so one thing before we get much further. So, like, obviously we've got elements of flip happening here, but like the button and the text moving, that's great, but like this background is just kind of snapping. What do we do here, David?
What background? Oh, you know what? Let's add our background element.
Yep. So I've added an element within form that's going to be our background.
So why not a pseudo?
So that we can apply. I guess you're wanting to do data flip on the form itself.
Yeah, sure. Why not? I mean, up to you. Like, either way works. The pseudo is sort of nice because it is like that built-in type of thing. But yeah, up to you.
Yeah, I'm leaning towards doing data flip on just a background element, because I feel like it might get there. That's how it. Yeah.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
Sorry, got that backwards.
Yeah, okay, so we actually don't need data flip there, but we do want to add data flip here, so let's adapt background. So background element, it's going to be position absolute, it's going to fill the element, and it's going to pass through background as a CSS variable. So we'll do background background. I always do that. Background bar ground. It's that through. And there we go. We'll do border radius inherit.
I think you know what I'm doing.
Yes, I do, and I appreciate it.
Boom.
Okay. All right. So I've added a background element. I've added the data flip class there. Let's just see what happens. Let's let David get. Don't even need that.
Are you critiquing my plants?
I'm saying you don't need the centering bit there.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm doing it the old school way, so if you have a better way, then by all means.
Well, it's just already centered because of grid.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. Go ahead and delete my hard work.
We'll do a padding top of, give a little extra space for it. There we go. Okay. All right.
Oh,
so
man, you could barely
our background.
that's okay. Yeah.
Oh boy.
Oh man. All right. So when you yeah, it's a little weird when you do it like the full form. The plant just sort of floats at the top. I'm
Yeah,
not sure why that's
because
happening.
so one of the things about position, absolute, and margin. So these top values, those are going to be based on the parent element. So even if we just did margin top here, -50%, it's still going to be the same kind of thing because that's based on the parent element.
So let's use transform.
Right. So we'll use transform, translate y, -50%, which is going to be based on the element itself. And
do we need to go more?
Well, hold on. I added a padding top there, so that's affecting it.
Okay.
All right. So we probably want to do closer to like 90%.
All right, pixel pushing time. Let's do it.
Let's say 80%. Great. And then
cool.
Margin bottom -.
And then we get a data flip to our plants. Flip the plants.
And this is why those data flip variables are handy, or those flip variables that I added are handy. So
all the CSS just disappeared from. Oh wait, no, it's back.
Okay.
But there's a small problem with the plant.
Right. So this is where those flip variables come in handy, because we'll copy over our transform here. That, and then add var flip translate. And that should let our plant move. Nope.
I'm just adding a green or something. Maybe I'll make it white. I don't know. G is not a valid value.
Is it bouncing like that?
I think honestly it has to do with the transform. So wait, so we have transform, translate y. Flip translates. What's that going to look like? That's going to be a translate. Okay, so let's make it even. All right, well, let's see if that works. Well, that seems to work.
Var.
Oh wait, it was working.
Okay.
All right, but now the other one doesn't work.
It's working for me.
Not for the button.
Oh, not for the button. Okay. Var transform. Okay. We'll do this after. Do that. There we go. There we go.
Hey, cool.
Right. Needed to pass in a little value there. All right, but we can already tell there's some issues here with our background, like what's going on there. So background data flipping, going to want to add transform or translate and var flip scale. There we go. About 90% of the way there.
Yeah, just need to add a transform origin, right?
I believe so. Is it top or
top left?
Okay, so 0, 0, top left.
Unless you want to do a lot of math, I mean,
no,
it's fine.
I don't care to do math. Let's say.
Yeah, that's why top left of 0, 0 works pretty well.
There we go. Right. Look at that. My goodness.
Okay, so real quick, in the app, I'm going to add a duration for that transition. Right now, it's at 1 second, and I'm adding that as a CSS variable because I guess one of the ways that we could do the inputs showing up is just after it flips, or if you want to do it during the flip, I don't know, whatever you want. After it flips, we show it. So after a delay, maybe, I don't know. Otherwise, it's going to look pretty weird.
Yeah. We'll have to figure that out.
Or we could do it so that they flip with the background. If I remember that's the original thing that you were talking about doing, and we could totally do that. We just have to wrap the sign up and get the keyframe. We just need to move that into inputs. Yeah, so that way, okay, so that's still fine. Let's flip stuff, like actual flip. Like flipping tables.
Right. Well, so we've already got background down here. So we can add this little bit in here. Right. So, okay. All right. So, yeah, one thing we can do is add, let's see, what is it? Data state equals home. We can do transform, rotate X.
Ooh, yeah, I'm gonna add our our 3D boilerplate. Transform style, preserve 3D.
Data state equals what's the other one? Form?
Form and home. Those are the two that you're gonna have.
Okay. Form. Rotate 360. Can't remember if that'll work, but let's find out here. Okay. Yep. But we need to do translate.
I like it. You know what? That's what we call a feature, not a bug.
Translate 50% and then translate it back. So whenever you're doing transform origin, and need to like kind of adjust the transform origin for one specific piece of the transform that you're doing, you can translate and then translate back. So I'm translating to the middle here, or should be, but not quite right there. Be working. Return. Turn.
That is fun.
There's something off.
Honestly, what you could do is, now that you have that separate background element, you could put a pseudo on it, flip just the pseudo, and then the container element, the background elements, will only be responsible for, doing its transformation.
Yeah, you know what? It's the whole form that kind of flip. Well, I guess the
not really.
The button moves. Sorry. So you're saying an element, a background element inside the background?
Yeah, but I mean, you could use a pseudo. So it's a very, very small change. But yes, give that a try.
All right. So let's just say. So we'll do this, and we'll do that. Okay, and then we'll say with the pseudo element, we'll do a transform. Rotate same here, before, and yeah, so essentially, okay, but we do need a transform style on that, I believe. For transform style, reserve 3D. Oh, got the content flipping there, huh?
The wrong way. That is nauseating. I am sorry about that.
Transform, rotate.
That should be 0.5 turn, not -1. Oh, maybe it's still the wrong way. It's still the wrong way. -0.5 turn.
Okay, so that is applying. Doing rotate Y, 0 turn. Turns. Okay, still there.
Oh gosh, why is it going the wrong way? It's going the wrong way. Rotate Y 1 turn.
Let's do something like rotate X. My transforms are working on that pseudo element. Why is that, David?
Did you display block, position relative, all of the...
Well, it's position absolute. So that shouldn't matter. Let's just... Okay, so that is applying. So that one is working. Rotate Y. That's right.
I mean, we had it pretty close before.
Yeah, I think it's just a matter of the transform style, not true. And for some reason, the sign up button isn't going back for me. Is that working for you still?
Yep.
Okay, there we go. Now it's working.
Sometimes it doesn't. Not sure why.
Yeah. Block.
The solution is to add cursor pointer to the button just so it feels clickable.
Yes, there's plenty of arguments to be had there, but I always agree with that. I don't know what's up. Did you add something inside the button?
No.
Okay. All right. Where did you set up the 3D-ness?
I set that up on the app itself. Yeah. Which... All right, so what's the problem that you're having right now?
So I'm trying to do that to the pseudo element, just a 3D transform on the pseudo element.
Oh, so we probably have to add those. All right, let me look for your background.
Yeah, down at the bottom, 175-ish.
Transform style, perspective. Let's just add 1,000 pixels.
Well,
and
the
then
perspective should...
Before, so where is your before getting those styles?
Getting what styles?
Like the whites.
Up here, line 108-ish.
Oh, and then before display block. Okay, yeah, should be working.
Right. If it's position absolute, like the display block is redundant, but I don't know.
Yeah. So
see, this is why pseudo elements are a problem, David. Let's just do.
Okay, yeah. If you don't want to use pseudos, then We can make it a physical element.
Background inner. We'll just do this just for funsies. Background inner. Just always have trouble with pseudo elements when it comes to animation.
Yeah, same.
It's just like that. Transform is not flying. Home form. Getting the var background.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what changed from, from before. Yeah, let's try to actually transform that. So our background, this background definitely.
I know at least part of it right now is that. Okay, so that's working. That's working. Okay, there we go. Add. Oh, okay, we got that back there. Got that back there. All right, so right now it should be getting like a rotate Y happening on it. Okay, there we go. 0.5. Okay, so we want. All right. I don't know. Take Y. One turn. Yeah, and so yeah, we want a transition on it. That's helpful, huh? Transition, inherit. Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in. We're getting it going pretty well here.
I wonder why it's not rotating. We have a rotate Y.5 turn, then rotate Y 1 turn, and it's not doing much.
Yeah, hold on. What's that?
It's just snapping.
Yeah, on the way back it transitions correctly. Rotate Y0.
Does it though?
It was on the way back for me.
Do we have a transition on this background inner? Oh wait, transition
inherit. So it should be getting that.
Okay, there we go.
All right. So
there we go. That is ridiculous.
It is. It is.
I mean, this whole animation is ridiculous, but there we go.
Hey. All right. 3D CSS transforms. Always fun for the whole family. Okay. Got that. All right. What else were we doing there? You got the content fading in. It snaps out, but what do you think? Will we be able to do anything about the inputs there?
About them snapping out?
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's see. What we could do is what can we do? Do we want them to just fade out, or is snapping out okay? I probably not.
We can get away with whatever we want to call it here, but yeah, up to you.
Honestly, I think the snapping out should be fine for now.
Okay, let's leave it like that.
Yeah, and we've done other episodes where we actually do a little bit of extra work and fade it out, but yeah, we're departing quite a bit from the original animation, but that's on purpose because the you know, it's a funny animation. It's not bad, but I just really like the idea that we are flipping and flipping at the same time.
Yes. So one thing I was gonna do there. Do state form. Do you have a CSS variable for the transition time?
Yeah, duration. Oh, okay. So let's see. Plant's gonna change some things with the plants too. So honestly, like every time I work on one of these animations, I just think of how CSS could, you know, it would be nice if it built in some of this state stuff, you know, so we're not juggling data attributes and stuff like that. But CSS wasn't built for that, so.
No, not.
Let's see, data state form, data state home. This is where the plant should be just an absolute unit. Right now it's font size 5 rems, so we're going to say font size 8 rems. And let's see what happens. Oh, we don't have scaling. That's unfortunate.
We do. Where are you at on plant?
Yeah, I just need some scaling on the plants.
Okay. Oh, because you're going from bigger to small. Where are you in the CSS?
I am data state home plants line 72, something like that.
Oh, okay. All right. So, yeah, what we need to do there is, let's see.
Because you probably took the, well, no, there is flip scale in here.
Yeah.
So, oh, you know what? It's because we're doing the whole transform thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, hey, you did it. How did you do it? Well, you
kind of did it.
Kind
of. So, yeah, there's so there's that var flip scale. I'm just adding that to the transform, so it's going to get used in there. However, that doesn't seem like it's in the right order. There, let's see if that.
There we go. Right?
Yeah, it's pretty close. But there's definitely some snapping happening. Some snapping.
Yeah, that's something to investigate. But yeah.
Anything to hold up.
Nope.
You know what I do in those instances? Let's see, where's your duration? Change that duration to 0.5 seconds. And oh, hey, what happened? 404 there. There we go. And now the human eye can't even perceive it. It's too fast, David.
It is too fast. I can't tell. Well, yeah. Hey, that looks pretty nice.
Yeah.
I think we improved a little on the original animation too.
Yeah, there's definitely more we could do here, but this is a lot better than what we started with in some ways. You know, they've obviously got the design polish happening there. That's great. Good for them. But yeah, this is a nice little setup here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and make this 0.2 to just get that background to be a little less prominent. Whoa.
I
Adjusting.
really want them to read the text. But now we have some weird grid stuff happening. Is that my fault? Yeah,
Yes.
Probably my fault. Yes, it's my fault. It's always my fault.
Yeah, I'll take responsibility. Whenever it actually is. I'll find
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. Dig it.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I think we're in a pretty good spot here. Let's see. So overall, this is a lot of the same stuff we normally do. Are there any like mini tutorials to pull out here?
I would say the one thing is just getting the transforms in the right order so that the the flipping happen. Or well, no, it's not even the flipping thing. It's just actually, yeah. Let's just talk about how we flipped with flip. The nested elements and doing all that.
Yeah. So let's say
flip with flip.
Yeah. Let's see. I'm just putting thoughts together here. And hey, if you're watching live or watching the full process here, we're about to kind of do a little summary. So stay with us. It's going to be good information for you. But we'll kind of edit this piece out to be just its own little standalone video there. We've got plenty of great ones on our YouTube channel that you should check out. Okay. So the nested elements, are you talking about the background in particular?
Yeah, basically how we did the flip.
Okay.
Because I think that's pretty new.
Not flip.
Right, but flip and flip.
Flip.
But flip.
Okay.
Flip with flip.
Yes. But yeah, we can talk about the actual flip of it. And I'm just going to go ahead and move background down here. Yeah, move all this together. Here. Right. Okay. This should be good. Let's get into it. Gonna give myself a little marker here. Stay with us. Then go into the intro there, David.
Okay. You can watch the. Oh, that is not the intro. No, wait. Hold on. Where?
Hold on.
All right.
Hola, amigos, and welcome to Keyframers. I'm Stephen Shaw.
And I'm David Khourshid.
Let's take a look at a technique from this lovely 3D flip sign-up form animation. We got a lot happening here, but what we're going to break down right now is this kind of central 3D flip aspect of it. So go back and watch any of our other videos on flip. We're not going to dive too much into that, but we have kind of cleaned things up as much as possible, where we have our flip function that sets CSS variables. Whenever you click the sign up button, we're toggling the state based on a simplified state machine here. You can go back and watch the full video if you want more information on that. And then any element with data flip as an attribute on there is going to get flipped, get the capital FLIP, the acronym for first, last, invert, play. And we're doing that mostly here. So like the sign up button, the tree, and the main background move is all happening with just this CSS. Like there's not really anything else happening for the tree and the sign up button for the most part. And you can see we've got data flipping with transition none, and then we've got this transform variable, so we can apply individual transforms in there as needed. So for the actual like 3D transform here, we've got a background element. Why do we have that, David?
We have a background element because in the original animation, the layout of it is changing. So we have the width and height and the position changing, but at the same time, it's flipping. And not only that, but the background element's flipping and none of the other elements are literally flipping. Or, okay, I'm just going to say rotating on the y-axis.
Rotating, yes.
Yes, rotating.
Yes. Right. So whenever we're transitioning from the home state to the form state, the size of it is changing. And if we like apply a scale or something like that to the whole element, like whenever we're doing a performant flip animation, not rotation animation, that's going to cause a lot of text distortion and a lot of issues. So we use a separate background element that's actually applying like this white background here, using the CSS variable. And then we have two separate elements for that because we have two different aspects of the animation that we want to do. So you can see up here we've got data flip on the actual background. So that's handling the whole movement, and that's great. Let me comment this part out really quick. So if we leave out the 3D rotation, you can see the background just smoothly transitioning there. The border radius is a little off, but we've accomplished that in other episodes you can check out. But we want to do that 3D rotation as well. So we've got this separate background inner element because we want to apply individual transforms to that. So the background inner is what you're actually seeing. That's this white background right here. So we've got our transform style preserve 3D so that the 3D perspective applies from the parent element, the app container. So we add data state home. We've got a rotation of 0.5, and that's rotate Y, rotating on the Y axis like this. And then whenever we toggle over to the form state, we're rotating Y by 1 turn. And that gives the nice 3D transform there.
Yeah, it's flipping awesome.
And we are transitioning the scale there. So we've got these CSS variables there. So the data flipping, we've got transform, and it's got the flip translate and the flip scale that are both set up here in our general function. Most of the time we just apply the flip translate, like for this sign up button. It's not changing size, it's not doing anything like that. So we add that in as needed here. All right. Yeah, will you do the outro for us, David?
Sure. So you can watch the full process of creating this animation for a deeper dive into each technique on the full live stream links right below. Leave us a comment if you have any questions.
Yes, our show is supported by our sponsors, CodePen at codepen.io, CSS Tricks at css-tricks.com, and viewers like you. You can pledge at patreon.com/keyframers and subscribe to our channel for more great content. We've got links for all of that down below. That's all we really have for you today. Thank you all so much for watching. Until next time, adios, amigos.
Adios.